morning, folks. Welcome to Deborah's Creative Kitchen. You might hear some chirping in the background. That is just the blue jays running around here. Anywho, for today's video, I would like to show you how I'm going to fill my 6-inch pie pan with some pre-made pie crust. So I made the dough in a previous video, which I'll link in the description, and you can take a look at that if you're interested in making some dough for yourself. Very easy to do, tastes so good. It's a tenderflake recipe, and I use this all the time. Wait, you'll be putting in each pie shell, and then that way you know how many pies you can get out of a pound of lard once you've made your dough. So I have purchased off Amazon, not to sell it, but it's an easy home digital scale. I love this, I use it all the time. So this is what it looks like. And what you can do is press the power button, and it gives you grams, ounces, pounds, and milliliters, which is great. So what I will do today is I will put this on gram. And you just click the unit button for this, and it changes for you. And it's very sensitive, as you can see. So I have my dough pre-done, and all I did was make it ahead of schedule, put it in saran wrap, and then So for starters, we're going to be dusting the countertop with a little bit of all-purpose flour. My dough's still a little bit sticky, and I like that because now I know that I can get away with sprinkling it on the counter and I'm not going to dry out my dough. The lid turns, and basically you get large holes, small holes, or you can just get the dump hole. So with that said, I like to use the small holes because that's going to be going onto my counter. The other tool I'm going to be using today is a silicone roller, and I've used this for years with fondant, pie crust. I'm at 93 grams, which should be perfect for my 6-inch pie pan. So I'm going to set that aside. Always make sure that you put your extra dough back into the saran wrap so it doesn't dry out while you're working with the dough. I'm going to roll it up a little bit in my hands, and then I'm going to move my flour around a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of play with it with my hand, just kind of make it a little bit flatter. Then I put that on the counter, and we're going to move it around a little bit so it's not sticking, and then we're going to take our rolling pin and we're going to roll it out. Now, I just go by eye. You can get one of those mats. I don't have one. It actually gives you the measurements of how big you want to go. I'm just doing it by eye right now, so just back and forth lightly. And you don't want it too thin. And then what I do is I take my rolling pin and I take my dough and put it over top the rolling pin like such. Bring over my pie plate and kind of line it up, and then just roll it right onto there. And you can still move it because it's still pliable, which is fine. Pull them up and just pull the dough up and use my finger to push it onto the sides of the pie plate. And then I'm going to take the top and I'm just going to touch it lightly with a knife, and I'm going to find the lowest spot of the extra overlap, and I'm going to put a little slice like that, such, and then I'm going to take my knife and just gently go around and trim the excess dough, and roll that up and put it back in with your extra dough. You don't want this to dry out. You don't have to work super fast, but it is good to kind of keep a consistent speed. So with that said, set all that aside. So then I just take my hands, because it's not going to be perfect, and I just gently go around the edges, off any edges that are kind of left. Perfect for fruit pie, apple pie, blueberry. You can even make quiche with these, which I've done, and I'll show you in another video. But for today, we're just going to show you my technique. Some people like to pinch the edges and make a little, fancy dancy, but I'm just going to use a fork today. So I put my finger underneath the lip of the pie crust, and then I just press my fork into the edges. I bought a tenderflake pie that's already done in the box. It looks the same. So, I think it's alright. But you can do so many things. And then I'm just going to wrap my hands around it again. And that's what it looks like. So I like to take my fork and poke holes gently into the bottom and the sides so that it doesn't bubble up and over. So that's what we're going to do right now. So you just gently give it a poke, and I have 6 pokes, and then I'm going to poke the sides. This way, wrapping these and then freezing them for a future date, which you can do, and they'll last in the freezer for up to 3 months. So this is ready to be put into the freezer. All I'm going to do is take some saran wrap, Glad wrap, plastic wrap, and I'm going to take a piece off, big enough to cover the inside and go around. So basically like that. And what I like to do is take, if you're making many, you can take the other pie pan and put it down inside, and then that way you know it's all the way to the bottom. So, to recap, 6-inch tenderflake pie crust. I have another video for the pie crust if you'd like to click on the link below and take a look and see how I made my pie crust. That would be great. And please remember to subscribe and like my video, and it's very much appreciated. And I hope you're having a very wonderful day.